Hey guys, how are you? Hey guys, how are you tonight? How's everybody doing? Hey you guys, how are you? So tonight in particular, I'm waiting for the stream to start so that you guys can hear me clearly. I don't think it's on yet fully. I don't know if you guys can hear me yet, so I don't have to repeat so much. Can you guys hear me? So I can tell you what I'm going to be doing tonight on the stream. Hey, how are you? All right, guys, this is what I'm going to do tonight. This is what's on the menu for the stream. So my list is open if you want me to do any of my professional readings. They're up here. So you could see right up there where it says, you know, the tarot, astrology, private readings. Okay, that's my list that's open. However, you guys know that every time I stream, I do a little something free for you guys. So I'm going to be doing clairvoyant readings tonight. For those are without tools. So I'm going to bring you on as a guest speaker. And if you have an issue about something, so that I can help you out and give you clarity. All right. So these are, I don't know how familiar you are with mediumship versus psychic readings or tarot readings or whatever. A lot of people are very confused on what all these terms are. But anyway, I wear a lot of hats in my business, in my small business. So tonight I'm just going to say I'm going to put the sticker on. So let me go ahead and fix that for you guys so that whoever's coming in can see it. Again, anyone that is looking for, let me go ahead and just clear this up. I'm going to put, let me go ahead and just clear this up. I'm going to put, all right, so tonight what I'm doing are free clairvoyant readings. So those are different than astrology. I am a clairvoyant, so if you have an issue with something, I want to help you out. So just all you have to do is put your the information, you know, like that you want to come on as a guest speaker, and I will push the button so I can hear you and we can talk about your issue, and I'll give you a mini reading. These are clairvoyant mini readings, so they're not with cards or anything like that, okay? So if you want to talk about an issue that you have, let me know, and I'll bring you on as a guest speaker. Hey, how are you? Hi. Hi, how are you? I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you guys have a good new week starting. Just for you to know, if you don't know what's going on, I'm doing a free clairvoyant readings. So if you want one, all you have to do is allow me to come on as a guest speaker. Oh, you've been off work. Oh, that's good. Good for you. All you have to do is let me know you have an issue to that you want me to look into so we can discuss it. And okay, go ahead. So Lily, how are you, sweetheart? So I'm going to go ahead and add you as a guest speaker. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second, Mel, and I will help you out, sweetheart. Give me 1 second. How are you? Hey, Lily. So what is your issue that you want to discuss? Okay, let's see. Mel says, I had a question. How do you determine horoscopes for twins? Yes, so their time of birth. So I have different techniques that I use, where I run very specialized charts. Correct. Even 20 seconds makes a different destiny. So I read for triplets, I read for twins, several sets of twins. Some of them are fraternal, some of them are identical. So I read for triplets, twins that are identical, twins that are fraternal. So I'll give you an example. One of the sets of twins that I read for, one of them has no kids and decided she didn't want to get married, and she works in banking. Okay, her sister lives on a farm and had 6 kids, so very different destiny. So that's why people's exact. Can you do a half sibling with split birth times? Yes, I can do anything like that. But what is it that you are? What is the issue that you wanted to discuss? So that I can look into it. Anyway, if anybody wants a clairvoyant reading, all you have to do is let me know, and I will add you on as a guest speaker so we can talk about your issue. I can give you your mini reading. I can look into it and give you clarity, basically. Oh, no problem. So, not only that, Mel, but twins are very interesting. The type of it gets more critical. So besides the rising, that's why everyone's rising is so important. But something challenging you might enjoy for yourself, try to find your birthday twin. That's different than a birth twin. In astrology, try to find your birth twin. Even birth twins do not have the same destiny. So even 2 babies born at the same hospital at the same time, it's not exact time. But a birthday twin in astrology is something different. That's just anyone that was born the same day, month, and year as you. Yeah. Not at the same exact time. No, not at the same exact time. But probably within close proximity. Yeah. And it also depends on, different birth circumstances, and also like the record keeping of the hospital. Different places have more old-fashioned times, more of, yeah, it's very interesting. For example, I don't treat emergency cesareans. I always have to do a time correction on them. Janicia is saying, did you get filtered? I did not filter anything, but probably the platform, yes. I'm not sure. So what I'm doing tonight is my list is open if you want a reading. The list is there if you want to get a reading from my shop. But if you want a free clairvoyant reading, I'm here to help you out with an issue that you might have. You got to let me know what you want to talk about, or what your reading is on, basically. So just comment like what it's about, like a new job, or Right, so emergency C-sections are not the same birth time. There's issues with that. Okay, so Janicia wants a mini reading. Okay, sweetheart. So I'm gonna bring you on as a guest speaker, and you can discuss that with me. So go ahead, and I'm gonna add you on. Oh, it doesn't. It says that I can't add you on. You want to send one to me? Then you must have the settings off. So one thing you could do, Mel, is if you've ever had your natal chart reading, you and your best friend can have one together. Well, not at the same time, but like, having your birth chart. I do that for moms and babies, or like sisters or best friends or whatever, couples. But couples is a different technique. But if you wanted to, if you've ever had your birth chart read by an astrologer, it's fun. I do those all the time, so you may want to get that. All right, let's see, Janicia. So you would have to, your settings for guest speaker, I don't see you on here. Oh, okay, I see you on here. I'll be able to invite you. Okay, just accept the invite. Okay, remember guys, these are clairvoyant readings. Hi, Janicia. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, there's a connection issue? Okay. Hi, how are you? I don't know if you have mute on or something. Can you hear me? Let me see. Is there like a volume thing here? Nope, I hear you all the way. It's not me. Do you have I can't hear you. I think you might have it muted, Janicia. You might have the mute button on. There we go. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes. A little bit low, but yes. There we go.
Okay.
We can hear you now. How can I help you, sweetheart?
Right. So my situation that I've been dealing with these past almost a year. So I've been with my husband. We've been off and on for 6 years, dealing with a lot of trauma between each other, hurting each other, and then we decided to get married, and we haven't been.
Who's Michael?
Michael is a guy that I grew up with that's dead.
Okay, has he been near your relationship, or at least like giving you advice, or has he played some kind of social role?
No, he's dead.
Okay, so maybe it's his spirit that protects you, because I heard the name very loudly. I didn't mean to interrupt you at all, but in these kinds of readings, whatever it is that I feel very strong, I say it right away. And I don't take it like I'm interrupting you. It's just me giving you information. So apparently this person is not at rest. This is not supposed to turn into a mediumship, but it is what it is. You can't control the dead. Number one, I'm sorry for his passing. May he rest in peace, but obviously he's not in peace. There's something I don't know if you were close to his mother, but there's something that is very unsettling with his life. So either his belongings weren't respected, or there's something where a door's not closed, and I don't know if you kept something of his. I don't know why his energy is so uneasy with you. I don't mean toward you, I mean around you. So maybe he's looking to you to help close that door for him. I don't know
Um,
your friendship, but that is definitely not good, especially, like, it's not good to have a spirit that's not at ease near you because it messes up with energy. Things break, people have accidents, like there's things that like a bad luck kind of thing. It stresses out finances, marriages, stuff like that. It lets a person not sleep at rest deeply. Um, things like that. So I just wanted to let you know that. But go ahead, sweetie. I'm sorry.
oh no, it's okay. It's okay. That's crazy because when he did pass, his mom gave me a ring that he had given to her for Mother's Day. It was two of them together, and I used to wear it every day, all the time. But then when I got into my addiction with alcoholism, um, it got lost. But I think about it all the time.
Your spirit guides didn't want that on you. Not because they're rejecting him, but because their job in your life, this incarnation that you have, is to protect you and keep you safe. And if there's a spirit that needs a process of healing, um, especially if they died without knowing they would,
Yeah.
an interruption. For example, violence, crimes, and things that are suddenly by mistake, because when a person is ill and they know they're going to pass, that's a very different ending, you see. So there is something, your spirit guides reject that jewelry not because of him or anything like that, but because of that turbulence.
Okay.
You're calling it close to you. Why is it that I can take a piece of clothing, or forget me, psychics? Why is it that it's a known thing that psychics in the world can grab a piece of clothing or jewelry or something held by that person, or walk into a room and try to find out what happened spiritually? Why is it that energy is felt on items? Why, when someone goes to a thrift store, they can bring home something that's kind of haunted? Because things carry energy and essence from the person's vitality. So jewelry is no different. So if you would have put the jewelry through cleansing, it would have weakened the connection to the jewelry. So go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead. We already know that there's spiritual turbulence. I didn't mean to interrupt you again. I feel bad because every time you talk, I just go ahead. Who's Alice?
So
Who is Alice?
I don't know who Alice is.
There could be an Alicia sometimes. Alicia.
That's
Alice.
it. That was his girlfriend.
Okay. He's not. Could it be that he would wear red?
Yeah.
Okay. For some particular reason, red and basketball is very strong. So as you can see, his spirit is wanting to communicate and stressed and frustrated and not okay.
Okay.
Because the more I talk, the more I realize, I see, I feel, I hear so many things right now that I want to shut off because he's desperate to talk, and I don't want to turn it into a mediumship, because let me explain to you why. As a medium that I am, I being the human alive, I'm in control. And one of the things that I learned as a little girl is that you do not let a spirit make a parade out of you. You know, good ones, bad ones, lost ones. We're not here to be their puppet. I'm in control. I'm not ready to take on the verbal feelings of a spirit without preparing for it, without you knowing, okay, I'm going to face this now. I'm going to look at these demons. I'm going to look at this sad story. We're not ready. So I'm going to shut that down. Okay. But respectfully understand why I'm doing it. Not because I'm denying him to speak, but because we're here to talk about your love life. That's what you wanted. So that means that we're going to pause that. And he's saying that his ribs broke on his left side.
What? Because he was shot in the head.
Okay, his ribs broke on the left side, so someone must have hurt him on the left side of his ribs. So you see how he's trying to, his anger and the stress. So there's a lot there, okay? And the ex-girlfriend or whatever, that's a whole other thing. So I'm feeling uncomfortable right now because he's close and he's trying to communicate and I don't want it. So give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's continue.
Okay.
We know now that the rest of your, we already know that he needs help, and whatever it is that you do for your own spirituality, whatever it is that your family, you know, if Christian, Catholic, Jewish, you know, Muslim, whatever Buddhist, whatever you are, whatever, you know, your roots are, go to that and address his spirit, maybe some masses or something like that. If you don't know what to do and you still are stressed out, you can come back and see me about it. We will address that. But here's the thing I want you to be aware of. You have an amulet or some kind of something that you feel protects you. Do you have something that you feel protects you? Maybe like some kind of pendant or something that you wore as a growing up, or maybe something your parents gave you, or something that you feel is religious or spiritual. Do you have anything that you feel is protection?
No.
Okay. What is your faith that comes from your lineage, your family, your roots? What faith are you from?
Christianity.
Okay. So if you could wear a cross for a little while, because now that his spirit is, we know, is very clung on to you, it kind of acts like a parasite, and it's nothing on him or nothing, but it's too close to you, and you need to be aware of that. So for the next couple of days, you may feel your own energy stressed out. And, you know, you want to be aware of those things, headaches and, you know, things like that. Just, I don't want to take the conversation into a spooky place. There's no need to spook anybody out.
Yeah.
But just you know, just
No,
so that
understand
turbulence is there. Okay, good. Thank you. Now on with the reading that you wanted.
Okay.
Okay.
So me and my, it's just weird.
Okay, no, go ahead. No, express what you feel. No. I don't want
because
to
because the last time that I saw him, I was pregnant with my daughter, and she will be 12 on the 8th, and he came in the house and he said, if something ever happens to me, it was Alicia's brothers.
That's why I heard her name,
and
right?
Yeah.
That's why I heard her
And
name.
that's the last thing. That's the last thing that he said He's like, man, if something happens to me, her brothers did it. Her brothers did it. And then 3 days later, he got shot in the head with a gun. But the report, like they were saying that he was playing around with the gun. The safety wasn't on and it went off. I said, well, he's got a messed up hand from when he punched something, so he can't pull that trigger and put it to his head. So it's not, he's not going to be careless with the gun like that. He always had it on safety. So it was just really, really weird. And then I didn't know anything about broken ribs or nothing like that, because they were trying to blame his neighbor because he took a picture with him and his neighbor before he passed. It was on his Facebook page. So it's just really weird.
Yeah.
My son is named after him, and recently I have been thinking about him a lot in that ring. And his mom is having a hard time. She's having a really hard time. She still can't get over it, and it's been years. It's like I said, my daughter will be 12.
Understood. The reason I'm silent is because I'm listening to you. I appreciate what you're saying. And I'm also, in my own way, I'm closing the door on the connection, which it's there, it's closing. It takes a little bit of mental energy, but I close it because we're not ready. You're not ready to open up. Can you see now why I shut it down? You're not mad at me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Who's Brent? Brent.
I don't know Brent, unless that was the neighbor.
Okay.
Or
Write that down.
Brothers, I don't know.
I won't remember, but you will. Sometimes these things are recorded and sometimes they're not, so. It's better to make notes on these things. You'll come back 3 weeks later and you'll say something, I'll be like, I don't remember that too much.
Okay. Also, back to what I was initially came on for.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
okay. What sign are you?
So, I'm a Pisces.
Scorpio or Pisces?
Yeah.
Do you have any Scorpio?
March 5th.
Oh.
No.
Are you very familiar with your chart?
No.
Okay. You have strong Scorpio. What's your moon?
I have no idea.
Okay. No worries. We'll figure that out in the future.
I've been new to all of this.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, good for you. You get to learn a lot of fun things. No worries. No worries. That's perfectly beautiful. It means you have a wonderful journey ahead of you. Okay, so Miss Pisces, go ahead. What's your husband's sign?
So, he's a Leo.
Okay.
So I just celebrated 6 years sober on the 14th of alcoholism.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And we met in treatment, and his date is May. So like we met in May, I left treatment, relapsed, and then got back sober. We have a son together. It's been so off and on because, as you know, like if you're in rehab, you shouldn't be with anybody you meet in recovery at all, especially in the beginning, especially in rehab when we're detoxing. Just a lot of stuff that's not healed, and we carried this on for 6 years now, and we ended up getting married, and we haven't even been married a year. On the 5th will be a year, and I'm kind of over the manipulation and the control. And then sometimes I feel like I'm the person that is horrible in the relationship. Like maybe it's just me, but like it's just certain things that he does when it comes to the money, the finances. Like I give everything to him, and I'm left with nothing. But he says that I do because he'll give it to me. He'll get me whatever I need, whatever I want. But I'm basically paying everything back when I get my little checks, and I only work part time because I'm home with the kids most. And or he'll make jokes about like my weight, and then say, "Oh, I'm just playing," or my hair, I'm just playing. Um, it's just certain stuff like that that he'll do. Or then he wasn't helping around the house. Like the main complaints that a lot of married people come, he doesn't help. He doesn't do anything with the kids. He doesn't do anything with me, and which is true. So like mentally, and I already suffer from depression, anxiety, ADHD. I have type 1 diabetes. I have so much trauma myself, and then having that stress on top of it, where I don't get myself getting things me. I recently
Do you hear
I
that?
just
Do you
I
hear
don't
that?
really even.
Do you hear the what was your Jenica? Do you hear that in regular disruption that's trying to become white noise that's in your signal?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
disruption. Okay, so part of it is just a regular technological issue, which is normal, but within it, there's frequency that's disruptive from the supernatural. Okay, I don't know if you can pick up on that. You're a Pisces. I I have an answer for you. I don't know if you'll like it, but I have an answer for you. I have good news and bad news. So I'm going to give you the bad news first. No, I'm going to give you the good news first. The good news is that your relationship is salvageable. He is in love with you, and you really are in love with him. But what's happening is, number one, I suggest you both get a major spiritual cleanse to your home space, yourselves. Spiritual cleansing is so important. It's almost like if you think of mind, body, and soul being like linked, right? So the mind needs nature and rain and relaxation, and the body needs fresh vegetables and juices and cleansing and water. The soul needs it too, the spirit. And your spiritual energy is very like chaotic. It's very stressful. As a Pisces, you pick up on spiritual things left and right. So you, out of all the signs, should be extremely cleansing as part of your regimen. Just like you clip your fingernails or you condition your hair, or you need to do that as part of life, as part of a healthy balance. Number one, let's start right there. I'm recommending that you do spiritual cleanses to your home space and yourself and your spouse. The next thing is, I suggest that you after you've cleansed and you feel better, you should have a conversation in a relaxing place, different than the home. The home is special. It's where the heart is. But I'm suggesting that you take the time, both of you, to take a walk somewhere, even after dinner or whatever. If you have little ones, obviously you can't leave them unattended, but you just make that little date where you would just sit by a tree or a park or some water or, a lake or wherever you're near that is peaceful, and have a conversation about the future together. And write down in that day in your minds or on a paper or whatever you want to do. It's just to get together and try for a fresh page, a fresh start. And the fresh start is that you want to work on yourself, because when you have body stressors like hormonal things, you mentioned something about your blood sugars or pressure. Those are things where the body is, number one, stress makes those things worse. And also, horrible pressures and lifestyle choices as well. So you can't fix everything overnight. And you can't solve all your problems that have built up to now, be solved in the blink of an eye. It won't work that way. But you can begin your journey tomorrow. When the sun comes up, you can dedicate, so that your future self in 5 years looks back and pats you on the back and says, hell yeah. So you want to get back up like a phoenix rising, and you want to hold his hand through it. And you want to say that you both need to work on boundaries to save the relationship, because since you have stuff about you and your health, if mind, body, and soul are not balanced, happiness has a hard time fitting in. So you need to be on a journey yourself, fixing trying to fix what you can with you, with your body, with the body that God gave you, because that's what carries you around your life, is the shell that our spirit is in, is our flesh, exterior. And you have to take care of it, and you have to do your best, and you have to tell him that you need certain things from him, and you're going to be there for him too. And you want to start a fresh journey where together, you start, see what he tells you. It's not like you're going to say a couple things and then he's in a different mood and then he'll say something funny and then it'll hurt you. And then, no, I'm not talking about that kind of thing. I'm talking about, say that you really need to have a serious talk with him about something that you've been thinking about, and that you want him to be on board with you and do it like a team, because you have decided that's what you want for your future. And see what he tells you. So you say, make a time where you do that and you talk about it. And you let him know that while you're going to be working on you, and you're going to write down on a sheet of paper the goals that you have for your health, for your life, for your mind, that are obtainable, not impossible. And you're going to take baby steps. And you want to feel comfortable in the you that you are right now. The past is gone. The future's not here yet.
Yeah.
But you're still alive right now. So you need to connect with who you are right now. And then you need to tell him the 2 rules you want him to follow that you need for your happiness. And he's going to give you 2 rules. He's not going to say something that he doesn't care. He's going to nourish what you ask. And the next thing you have to think about, after you've addressed your spirituality, you've addressed who and what you are gearing towards as a person yourself, then you need to work on marital things. And the marital part is, your biggest uncomfortability is finances. But you both need to realize together that the economy right now for most people is garbage. And this is a hot, horrible summer, and the politics and the parasites and the news and the crazy, summer has been a bummer for the US and other parts of the world as well. But it's a rough time. So you both have to talk about, the fact that who you are when the money problem goes away. Don't let money destroy a love. And then you got to tell him the behaviors and the way that you're feeling, and you got to tell him that you have, you have to yourself connect to the fact that when people have irregular, like blood pressure or blood sugar, and I'm not giving medical advice, I am just letting you know an observation, it is emotive, which means that because it's connected to hormones, they make the person feel overwhelmed easier than when a person is balanced with their vitals, with their numbers. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So when a person has that part of their blood work balanced and not spiking or dropping, they feel more at ease with things. And when a person is overwhelmed with those numbers, the body's kind of asking for help. So the mind is overly drained. And then on top of that, cortisol in the bloodstream because of stress makes it worse. So the person's in a loop. So that's not healthy. And then the person is more irritable, more upset, and then bottling feelings. And at the same time, you have the addiction situation that you do not want to cave. You don't want to break it. So you owe it to yourself, your marriage, your happiness, to start addressing all of those things in order and face them. Let this be the part of the year that you address what bothers you, so that when the new year comes around, you are 25% less of that weight on your back. And then the middle of next year comes around and you're done 50% of that weight off your back. And slowly you know that things don't recover overnight. You know that. You know it takes fighting. So you need to start doing that, because what happens to people where their mind and body are not at ease and they have economic problems and there's issues, and then you pile that on top of spiritual issues and all of these things, they hurt the marriage. And then anything he says will bother you even more. He can say a joke because he's a Leo. So Leo men, they are such good fathers and they are so nourishing, but they're so annoying. And they could be such tyrants, and they're so controlling, and they're very dominating, but at the same time, they're romantic, they're good gift givers. So what am I saying? I'm saying to you that you have certain soft needs that he needs to remember to address. And when you both start locking heads, because Pisces, the water sign, and they could rebel in their own way and then go rogue and do their own thing and not say anything, because you're not going to tie a Pisces down to someone else's rules. That's not going to happen. And a Leo wants to control that. So, you've done great so far, but it has a solution, because you both love each other. That's the key. That's the key. And then you also have kids, which is so important, because they are, you guys are what those kids have. You are their anchor of strength. So that's what I have to tell you, is that he loves you, and that I know that you still love him. It's strong, but you have a list of crap and you got to get rid of it. And it doesn't happen overnight. So if you can have the guts to love yourself and be strong, like I know you do, because congratulations on that huge number. That's love. That's self-love, isn't it? That's strength, isn't it? So if you can do that, you can do anything.
Yeah.
So I know that you have a list of issues, and I know that you're upset at things, and I understand that we can sit here talking a lot about the one event or the one thing he said, or how he could be pig-headed. Yes, but I'm looking at the big picture. I'm looking at the bottom line. Is he in love with you? Yes. Is there a chance that you can turn this kind of issue around? Yes. Do I think that you guys will make it long term? I think you should ask yourself that question in 2 years, because I don't want to give you the wrong idea. But I'm here to answer your question if you have one. If you have questions for me, I'm here to answer them.
Was that the bad news? Was that the bad news?
That was all of it. I didn't introduce the bad news. I'll pick what it was. So the good news is he's in love with you. But the bad news is that you have a list of stuff that's overwhelming, and they all need to be addressed. That's the bad news. The bad news is that it can't be done overnight. The bad news is that it's health, it's the economy, it's the patterns you guys have built for each other lately, where he hurts your feelings, but you low-key don't, you have your own way of, you're hanging on. And if you guys continue in that path, you're going to be disgusted by him and hate him and abandon him. And he is going to then be very bitter. And that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, right. That's why I said you can avoid it and you can change it, because his behavior is causing you to do that. But do you know that that's not how he feels? And do you know that that would freak him out, because he's not aware that you would really do that? Do you know that?
Well, yeah, because he's surprised now because I did apply for a place for me and my kids and I got approved.
Yeah, but you shouldn't. But you do what you need to do. But you are you are the one in control of you and your wellness and your happiness. But I'm trying to tell you, since you reached out to me, my message is the following. I believe that the bitterness of why the love has gone sour is because of multiple culprits, multiple variables: the economy, health reasons, life stressors have beaten up a beautiful love. And and also the spiritual problems, which I believe are very big. I think
Yeah.
if you address all of those things, you can always leave and start a new life. But he's in love with you, and abandoning each other in a time like this, I'm seeing that it's not the marriage. I'm seeing that it's how hard times have soured the wine, how hard times you're taking it out on each other. For example, if you look at statistics on a lot of couples that are having a house built from scratch, it's like their first time they're actually having something custom made. Did you know that by the time they move in, realtors will tell you that most of those cases, those sales, they get a divorce before they move in? Isn't that crazy? Two people that love each other and they're having a brand new place built. Realtors talk about that all the time in newlywed houses, or even houses for couples. Isn't that crazy how they're having a custom built house and then they end up not together because it was their dream house because of the pressure? Some people don't make it through that pressure. Now, another one is when an in-law moves in to the home, or one of them is making successful money and the other one's broke, and then it breaks them. So every couple is different. Every destiny is different. Money problems can also, and then the woman resents herself, and then the guy didn't know, but she put on weight and then she became someone she wasn't, and then she blames the man. So I'm not saying those things belong in your story. This is not relationship therapy. This is not statistics from magazines. I'm a clairvoyant and I specialize in love. And spiritually, I'm telling you that I'm telling you he's in love with you. Well, at the end of the day, that's what separates, spiritual workers from therapy. I'm not talking about behavior and psychology. No, those things are wonderful, but that's not what I do. I feel the energy, and I'm telling you, in the future, you will regret if you leave him. Now, let's say that you work on you. You take care of the spiritual stuff. You give yourself a 2-year window, or even less. Give yourself 1 year if you have to. You work on things. You have that talk. You prove to yourself, you know what? You did everything. Then you can walk away and do whatever you want. I mean, you can walk away now. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm just saying in retrospect, just looking at a different future, you will see how he wasn't the problem. It was the ugly patterns that shaped him to be his more bitter self, and the ugly patterns that caused you to be so drained.
Yeah.
Because he's in love with you, and the comfort right now, let's say that you did move out, okay? And you got a nice place, and like you did, and you're all right, and you want love in your life, right? Let's give it like a 1.5 year window. And you say you want to start dating. It won't work for you. Not because you're not beautiful, not because you have nothing to offer, but because the connection to him is still there and alive. And you, within your own skin, within your own self, you're not aligned with yourself. You're not your best version. You're a weaker version who's confused and you're stressed and you have a lot of health journey and a lot of questions about finances and stabilizing, and you're about to take on not only are you a super mom, but you're about to take on the role of a super army on your back by yourself, and then go after him for the financial part and do all these things and drain yourself when you were just bitter because he did not act in a certain way, and you kind of blame him because you don't feel that beauty from the beginning. I think you both have to get there. Are you mad at me for saying that?
No.
I think that you will always have a chance to live on your own and try that out. But you won't always have the chance to not leave him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's the memories, he sees you as his. You know, he's very possessive in that way. I don't think we would be having this conversation if you weren't in love with him. I think you're angry that he doesn't act in the way that you want. I think that's what this is about, that, you know?
Yeah. And it's not even, I mean, yes, the way him acting the way I want, it's about the treatment, you know? You shouldn't tell me that I need to go to the gym. You shouldn't put me down. Oh, I love your cooking, and then say, oh yeah, she can't cook that well, like whispering it to the kids later on. Or
that's even his about stupid jokes. Those are his stupid man jokes. And he's sloppy and silly, foot in mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where I'm at mentally, I'm not taking that as a joke, you know?
Of course. So you're taking it as he's offending you, he's belittling you, and in his mind, you're being over dramatic, and it's like, what's your problem? Like, oh my God, really? Drama. But the way to handle it is have that talk. And tell him that you've reached a point where you want him to prove that he's your other half, and there are things that you need, and you need to set your boundaries because you love him and you want to give not him one more try. You want to give what you've built one more try. So he doesn't take it like, oh my God, she's going to give me a try. Like I'm on a test now after I've been with her all these years. Like it's very offensive to say it like that. You know, you gotta.
He is asking to wait.
Because he's in love with you. He doesn't want to lose you and he's freaked out. You know?
Yeah, he told me to at least wait until tax season so that if I leave, we could both leave on good financial terms.
That's caring. He means it in a caring way, but he's also very hurt. He's a Leo, so ego, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I wanted, because I just keep trying to get answers for it. A lot of people are like, you should leave, you should leave. And I'm not saying something's holding me back, but I'm also like, is this really what I should do? Because it's not just a breakup. You know what I mean? It's a process and it's a divorce.
It's more than that. And your children will be fine. It's hard on children. Your children will be fine. You know, there are a million people in the world that survive a divorce from their parents, and they grow up to be healthy, good adults with good jobs and a good life. So they'll be okay because they have love. It's hard, and they will need some TLC, but it's not the end of the world. But for you, I feel you're walking away for the wrong reasons. I feel that you're walking away because he is not making you feel what you want. He is not treating you the way that you want. And you are overwhelmed by the list of issues that you currently have in your life at this time. And you need a break, and you're not okay with some of the patterns that you guys have set at this time. You're not happy, and I feel that you want to escape, and you feel that it's all him, and it's really not. Because would you feel this? Would you feel like moving away if he had a very sweet demeanor with you and he spoke to you sweetly? Would you stay?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Because you don't feel he will.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like he has made a difference within like this last, couple of weeks. And I feel like that's just all it's going to be. You're just going to suck me back in to do this again.
That's why you got to have boundaries. And that's why I was saying that one of the most refreshing things, some of the mistakes I see people do, and again, this is tailor-made just for you, what I'm telling you. But I give you examples because I'm human, and I just talk with analogies so that you can understand, because I don't know if you know what I'm saying, because sometimes I speak kind of cryptic. So I'm just trying to be clear. That's the only reason I do that, not because I'm comparing you to anybody. But I just feel that I have seen a lot of people walk away from a situation because they're fed up, but they don't say the right things. And I think that if he saw an SOS from you with words, and you spoke to him one fresh time, like one time where you're just really, you let him know that you need to talk to him, like have a heart-to-heart talk, not a regular talk, but like a heart-to-heart, and tell him what you need to be happy and what you wish. If part of you has to do that for yourself and part of him has to do it, you have to do the things that only you can do for your body, for yourself. And you can't do that in a stressful environment, because you're going to want to sit there eating chocolate cake all day and, whatever, because that's, human beings can't handle that amount of pressure. That's why they'll go snack, or they'll go do this or do this or do this, because, right? So you can't take the pressure. You gotta address that with him. And you gotta lay down a boundary with him, but in a gentle way, not in a way where you're telling him everything he did wrong. Because right before the end, couples play something called good cop, bad cop. You did this, you're the bad one. And the other one's like, I'm always the bad one. What about you? And it's the blame game. And then, nothing fruitful comes from it. But if you say, I need your help. I need you to be the man that I married. I need your help now, not later, now. I need to have a heart-to-heart with you. Will you be there? I just need to know yes or no. Yes, I'll be there. Okay. I need to tell you what's happening inside me, what I feel right now in my life, and where I need to be headed, because I can't stay like this, because I'm drowning in it and I can't take it. I need this from you, and what do you need from me, so that it could be 50-50, because that's what this is. A marriage is 50-50. When you're starving, you take one egg and you divide it in half. That's love. This is not love. I need that from you. Are you there? Yes or no, or is this bullshit? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a man will stand there and tell you, yes, I am. Yes, I will hold your hand. Yes, but you need to do this for me because I feel this. And you've evaluated and you'll say, that makes sense. I could do that. And you set a goal. That's working on love the right way. Not abandoning, not blaming, not being secretive, not trying to find the answer to your life with strangers online. I know you're desperate, and this is what I do for a living, is spiritual work. But, the answer is really a love you guys built together. Nobody should be in the middle of that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also feel that you will feel better and think better when you spiritually cleanse yourself. You cannot live healthy spiritually bombarded by energies that don't belong to you. And Pisces are magnets for that.
And
Because,
so, like,
go ahead.
what are ways that I can do that?
I will tell you directly because they are for Pisces and they are for you. And you could DM me and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Something you can get at the grocery store, a couple of things, I do that professionally as a magical practitioner, but obviously the first thing I tell people is if I can help somebody out and tell them something free so they can go get it at the grocery store, I'll help you out. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? It's not like you're dealing with like a haunting or something that you need to come to me for something big. The thing with the spirit that we talked about, that I'm going to tell you some things to do with that. You're going to feel relief. The only time I would tell you that it gets expensive and then you got to come to me for that kind of thing is like hexes and things. You don't have anything to do with that. It's spiritual stuff because of negative people and a spiritual situation that is easily resolved. So $5 at the grocery store and you're fine. So I will tell you what to do for you. I'm happy to do that. So that's free of charge. And don't worry about it, okay? And I'll tell you some instructions to do with his spirit, so that's taken care of in a Christian way. And that's it. He was Christian too, right? Was he Christian or you're Christian?
I was.
Okay, so I would tell you what to do based on both your roots, both your lineages. So it has to be by honoring what your spiritual path of your families were. Okay, so I'll tell you what to do to quiet the spirit and make him have some light. Okay, I'll let you know. So just DM me and I'll do that privately, because if I say it on the stream, you could be targeted by people that listen and try to say, oh, you need this, or other people will try it on themselves and then they're a different zodiac sign and it works differently from their energy. So I'd rather be helpful and just tell you because it's for your situation and you being a Pisces. So that's why I'll tell you what to do to just DM, text me or something, and I'll tell you what to do. Other than that, when you feel better,
that.
no problem. When you feel better, we'll address the spirit. It's nothing of urgency right now. Your marriage is important. That's what matters. Think about the reading. At the end of the day, do we use it as a tool? Go with whoever advice you feel or whatever you think. But I just wanted to share mine to help out, because I think that it's really beautiful that Thanksgiving comes around and you're both kissing and you feel brand new, like you're on a new journey together, than trying to be not only a super mom, but your own hero and out alone doing everything yourself, as tired as you are. Now's when you need your man by your side. So you need to really start working on the marriage, and what you guys need is to tighten those boundaries and respect each other and start trying to talk to each other in that way. You remember that patterns are toxic. You've had your own patterns with him and he's had his own, but stick to it, like when you're raising your kids and you tell them, don't do that habit, stop it, don't do that, you're going to do your homework at 6 o'clock. No, you're not going to play right now, put that away. So the way you structure your marriage in that way. We're going to set boundary lines. You're going to be like, no, we promised, you got to be like this. And you will do it. You will accomplish it. There's no reason why you can't. If he wasn't in love with you and it would get, there were ugly situations going on, I'd say to you, there's nothing you can do. It's the end of the line, that's it. But it's not. It's just shitty times, shitty experiences, a bad phase you're going through, and you're both chaotically not structured right now. You got to get back to it. You need what you need, and he needs from you too, because he's got his own feelings. He's got his own hurts that he holds on to, and he's proud too. He's very difficult, but he's very sensitive. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's very, very sensitive.
Very.
Yeah, and he expects to be spoken to like his mom speaks to him. You know that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
How are you with the mother-in-law? You okay?
She passed away.
That must be so hard on him.
Yeah. It's been about 2 years now.
Would you say that's
Love
when it
that
got
lady.
bad with him?
It was around that time, yeah, because his ex-wife was around in that picture.
Yeah, probably draining him and driving him crazy.
Well, they were still married.
I mean,
and he was trying to make it work, and
that's what he does. He got to realize too, you know, he also, I'm not defending him. I don't want you to think that, but that's the difference between, you know, love channels and spiritual channels. I feel energy. And that's why I told you that he feels love, but he's also very scared because, you know, how many times is he going to lose a woman that he loves and try to make it work and fail? It leaves him empty. And that's why he will go toward a direction that's toxic that he shouldn't, if you know what I mean. Meaning the drinking environment by that. Or whatever the vice is, you know. So I really think that he's just being an immature, annoying guy who needs to realize that you can't take it and needs to take you seriously. But it's words. Words are very important. The right words will equal the right communication, and his heart will open and you will see what he feels. The wrong words make him feel attacked and stressed. So it's not you. I'm not saying it's on you. I'm saying that the communication is not healthy right now. And you have to have a heart to heart. You really need to get in there and let him know what you feel and see what he's made of. Let him look in your eyes. You'll know immediately. You're a Pisces. You'll be able to read him to the soul, and you will see he's in love with you.
Yeah. Okay. I had one last question. I just wanted to know, is there any way you know how long, like, this spirit has been on me?
Since he died.
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. It was nice meeting you. Thank you for giving me a chance to read for you.
No, thank you so much.
Okay. Have a good one, sweetie. God bless.
You too.
Hey, you guys, how are you? How's everyone doing? So usually when I do those voice connections, sometimes it affects my camera tempo. I'll be moving my arms or hands, and then it like freezes. So I think I gotta. Oh, hey Mel, how are you? Yeah, so those are clairvoyant readings. So if anyone is confused by it, mediumship is when I channel to talk to deceased loved ones. It is a different psychic ability, and it's when you communicate with those that have passed, so in the beyond. It's called channeling. And then, psychic readings are to divination. So like past, present, future, when I look into like when I'm doing astrology or palmistry or crystal ball or tarot, I'm divining. So people want to know like future questions. But when I do psychic clairvoyant readings, clairvoyant is when you say clairvoy, it's voyant seeing, but it's all the clairs. It's all of the clairs together. And you don't need tools for that. It's a different type of channeling than mediumship, but it is, they're different. Some people enjoy those. I don't see a lot of those on social media too much. Clairvoyants doing full clairvoyant readings that are something called evidential, which means you have to lay evidence down. So that means that within the first minute, you have to start saying things that the client recognizes, right? So it's called evidence. That's why it's called evidential. I don't see a lot of those. Some people don't like them. They're kind of weird, I guess. People are like, oh, I don't know, I like tarot, but it's not the tool really. But those are toolless clairvoyant readings, and I enjoy doing those. I used to do a lot more of those on the stream. But everybody likes different things. I find that most people like tarot. They find I love astrology, but a lot of people are like, oh, astrology is so for complicated, and it looks like geometry, and oh my God, I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. But anyway, I'll be on. I'm gonna go get my charger and my other tripod, and I'm also gonna make some tea, and I will be right back, and I will keep streaming a little bit longer to take more of these readings if you guys want. Okay, if you want to book a reading, you can also do so through my shop. The list is there if you want one. All right, guys. Until next time, I'll be back.